In the last week, we were discussing from 17th chapter, wherein, following the instructions of Uddhava, Pariksith Maharaj traveled all over. Then he came to Kurukshetra. That is where he saw a person beating the cow and bull. Then cow and bull were discussing among themselves, why are you lamenting, etc. etc. Then king saw the bull in a pitiable condition that his 3 legs are broken and the 4th leg is being beaten by the king, who is not the king, but is the Shudra by birth, but wearing the dress of a king, being beaten by him. On the other side, there is a cow which is sitting down, crying loudly because her calf is taken away. Her calf is destroyed by Kali, and the Kali is kicking, and that person is kicking the cow again and again. So the understanding is that the bull is Dharma personified, who had 4 legs during Satya Yuga. His 3 legs are diminished. Only the 4th leg, truthfulness, is remaining, and that too being diminished by Kali. So then metaphorically it is said that the bull is urinating. So it indicates that that whatever remaining dharma is also depleting gradually. And the cow is bereft of calf. Cow is meant for giving ghee, which is meant to perform yajna. It is bereft of the calf. If there is no calf, cow cannot give milk. If there is no milk, ghee cannot come. So what is the meaning of calf? Cow is Mother Earth. Calf is the food grains. The food grains which were abundantly produced by Mother Earth are completely destroyed by the atharmic activities of the people influenced by Kali. So that is understanding. So then, seeing the scene, Pariksith Maharaj asks, "Who are you?" He says, "I am the king. I am the king. How can you say you are the king?" Then Kali says that, "Can't you see? I am wearing the dress of a king, and I am acting like a king." Then Parikshit said that just by wearing the dress of a king, one cannot become the king. And you say you are acting like a king. What kind of activities you are doing? Your activities show that you are a Shudra, much lower than Shudra. A king will never beat a cow, will never trouble a bull. Your activity shows that like that of a person who is much lower than Shudra. You cannot be the king. Then Parikshit, that Kali says that you may be the king of the entire land, but I am the king of the time. Now it is the time of Kali Yuga. I am the king of Kali Yuga. So then Parikshit asks, "Where were you till now?" So I was around only, but I was afraid of Krishna and Arjuna. That's why I was hidden. Now I don't have to worry about anybody. I don't fear anybody. Then Parikshit says, "You think you can't worry? You don't have any worry? You don't fear me? I'll show you what fear means." So then, but wait for a moment. I'll come back to you, Karke. King began to speak to the cow and bull, asking that, "Who is the cause of your pitiable condition like this? Please tell me, because I am the king. Before giving punishment, I need to ascertain what is what." So he asked the cow, he asked the bull, "Please tell us. I will kill this person immediately." The cow and bull said that, "No, don't kill him. If you kill the cow and bull for our sake, we will be part of that sin. So for our sake, don't kill that person." Then Parikshit Maharaj said that, "Don't worry. I am not going to kill for him for your sake. I have to kill him because that is the duty of a king. If a king does not protect the innocent, does not punish the miscreant, the king will lose all good opportunities that he has. What all the things he will lose? Kirti, the fame will be taken away. Ayu, the lifespan will be taken away from the king. Bhaga, the opulences. And Gati, the destiny. All these things will be taken away from the king. And more than that, I come in the line of the Pandavas. I cannot see a cow and bull crying like this. No one till date had cried like this. Please tell me the reason for your pitiable cries. I will punish that person who is causing violence, and I'll protect you innocent. Because this is the highest duty of the king, is to protect those who follow the rules given to them in the scriptures, and to punish the sinful who deviate from the scriptures when there is no emergency." Then The bull replies that, so whatever you say is actually correct, because since you come in the line of Pandavas, it is good. But unfortunately, I don't know who is the cause of my suffering. Na vayam klesha bijani vayam syu purusharshaba purushantam vijanimo vakya beda vimohita. I cannot understand what is the cause of my suffering. Parikshit says, no, this person, na, he is the one beating you. Then Bull says, no, he is only an instrument of my suffering. He is not the actual cause. There is someone behind him. As a result of that, he is beating us. So that we are not able to ascertain. Then king says, no, you are talking as if you are educated. You are well expert in dharma. You should know. Then he says that Purusham tam vijanimo vakya beda vimohita. The different Vedic literatures and different philosophers have different opinions about the cause of one's suffering. I cannot understand. I'm bewildered with different types of opinions. Then he says that what are the different opinions? Kechit vikalpa vasana ahur atmanam atmana. Some jnanis and yogis, they say that Atma is the cause of everything, because for them is Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The body and the entire world is Mithya only. There is no karma, there is no grahas, nothing. Everything is Mithya only. The one and only one reality is Atma and Brahman. The Atma is the cause of one's suffering because of forgetfulness. Atma is the cause of one's happiness by awakening knowledge and by merging into Brahman. The Jnanis and Yogis say Atma is the cause of one's suffering and one's happiness. And others, those who believe in astrology and astronomy, they say that Daiva Mani, they say that the Devatas, whose effect will manifest in the form of Navagrahas, will be the cause of one's suffering. And the Mimamsaka say that karma is the cause of suffering. Everything is because of karma only. The Lokayatas say that Swabhavam, the nature of the person's individual nature and the nature of the material world is the cause of suffering. It is the nature of the material world is to give suffering. It will give, suffering will come. Like that, different people are propounding different philosophies. We are confused. I cannot understand what is the right cause for my suffering. Then in the next, he says that Apratarkyad anirdeshad iti keshu apinishya arthanurupam rajarshe vimrushta swa manishaya. So among these different opinions, and also in addition to that, there is one more opinion, that is the cause of one's happiness and distress is from that person who is beyond one's logical reasoning and who is beyond one's sensual perception. Apratarka and anirdesha. One cannot ascertain who is he by one's sense perception, and one cannot establish that person by one's material tarka and other things, logic and reasoning. So, Nishchaya, my dear king, kindly understand among all these things what is the actual cause of our suffering. Then king might say that, how can, no, I'm asking you because you are well versed in Shastras, you please tell. Then Dharma says that you are actually Manishaya. You are also a well educated person, because you are saying that you are coming in the lineage of Pandavas. You cannot be ignorant if you are coming in the lineage of Pandavas. And you are also telling that you are the devotee of Lord Krishna. You cannot be ignorant. If you are such a great soul, a great devotee of Lord Krishna, great follower of Pandavas, you are a Rajarshi. You decide what is right, what is wrong. Why are you asking us? And do act accordingly. Don't put us in trouble. So bull and cow became quiet. Then Parikshit Maharaj meditated for some time. Then he understood the bull is none other than Dharma himself. Dharmam bravishi dharmajna dharmosi urusharupadruk. The words spoken by the bull are in reality the true dictates of Dharma. And this bull is none other than Dharma himself. Why the Dharma personified himself is not able to ascertain, not ascertaining the cause of one's suffering? The reason is, Yad adharma krita sthanam suchakasyapi tad bhavet. Yad adharma krita sthanam. The destiny which is meant for the person who performs adharma will also be given to a person who points out that this person is doing so and so sinful activity. The person who performs sinful activity will get some destiny according to one's karma, according to one's sinful activities. But if somebody else points out saying that this person is doing some sinful activity, then suchakasyapi tad bhavet. The person who points out also will get the same destination. Because of this, the Dharma did not identify, did not say who is the cause of suffering. On the other hand, the final point which Dharma told is the one who cannot be understood by sense perception, the one who cannot be established by material tarka is the Supreme Lord. The ultimate cause of everything is Supreme Lord. This is the Vaishnava conclusion. That is the conclusion of the devotees. The devotees understand that Krishna is in control, everything is happening by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. But they will never find fault with Krishna, in spite of going through so many miseries in their life. Pandavas himself, an example. They have been through so many difficulties in their life, but they never blamed Krishna for their difficulties. They never blamed even Duryodhana also for their difficulties. They went through just like that, accepting them as the part of life. They never pointed out anybody as the cause of their difficulties. Here Dharma did not point out because Dharma knew the final nuance of Dharma. Just by pointing out at someone that this person is doing some sinful activity, that person will get the result, and point out also will get the same result. That's why Dharma did not point out.
Even we should not say that the other person has done something wrong to us.
If you are on the level of Pandavas, you can do that. Understand what is our current level, then act accordingly. If we prematurely act, Hare Krishna. This is the highest point. For the example, we can see in terms of Sri Haridas Tagore. Did he blame the king or did he blame the soldiers who are punishing him? He just singing the glories of Lord Krishna and he was in bliss in one sense, even though they are beating him to marketplaces. And instead, he was praying to Lord for the well-being of the soldiers who are simply following the order of the king. Atava deva mayaya nunam gatir agochara chetaso vachasas chapi bhutana mitinichya. Where did we stop last time? We covered few more 25th, no? Yeah. So it is certain that the course of the Lord's Maya is beyond the thought and words of the living entities. Pariksith Maharaja is thinking himself that we cannot understand how and why the Lord performed the way he is performing. It is Lord's desire that Kali Yuga should start. And Kali Yuga started like this. All these things are happening by the will of the Supreme Lord. Tapas saucham daya satyam iti pada krite krita adharmamsta itrayo bhaga smayasanga madhaistava. Then Pariksith Maharaja looking at the bull, saying that, my dear bull, in Satyayuga, you are full with 4 legs of Dharma. What were the 4 legs of Dharma? Tapa, Saucham, Daya, Satyam. But in due course of time, every yuga, 1/4 portion of those 4 legs was diminished. At the beginning of Kali Yuga, 3/4 were gone. Only 1/4 of all the 4 were remaining. But among the 4, the truth, Satyam, is more prominent. Because the other 3 were destroyed to the maximum extent by 3 kinds of sinful activities. Smaya, Sangha and Mada. By pride, the tapasya has been destroyed. If a person becomes proud, the inclination to perform austerities will be removed. Because they are proud of their achievements. Why do they perform any more austerities? Why do they undertake austere activities? No. And people who are in the association of women, they lose their cleanliness, saucham. People who are uh, intoxicated, okay, they lose daya. People who are too much intoxicated, they who are in their own world. Intoxication is not only by drinking, intoxication by wealth, intoxication by position, intoxication by name, fame, etc., etc. Also, they lose compassion on others. Tapasya, smaya, pride. That is pride. The person who is proud of their achievements, why do they tapasya? I am already well established. Why I have to go through all this? So you should all listen to me. Something like that. A person with pride will not take humble position. In order to perform tapasya, one need to be in humble position. Yesterday it was Nirjal Ekadashi. If one is broken, any one of the Ekadashi throughout the year, they are kind of morose. I have not performed that Ekadashi properly, so let me do Nirjal Ekadashi very seriously. Something like I'm giving an example, but not like that. Here, pride means really pride of Pujala Pratishtha, one's position, name, fame in the world, etc., etc. All these things. One is really proud of their achievement, who are already in the topmost position. Why would they follow all the austerities, etc.? They say, I'm already achieved everything. I don't have to worry about all these lower things. They don't take austere lifestyle. They want to enjoy life. Idanim dharma padaste satyam nirvartayed yata tam jigrikshati adharmoyam andrite naidati kali. So, because of the three things, the three principles of dharma have been destroyed. Only satya is remaining. Even that satya, because of the untruth, andrita means untruth. That satya is also gradually getting destroyed in the current Kali Yuga. O Dharma, now in Kali Yuga, of your 4 parts of Dharma, only 1/4 part remains because of destruction of the 3 portions of pride, women, and intoxication. There is a rule that, okay, by truth, the mind is controlled to some extent, or by truth, a person can try to understand the absolute truth and attain the absolute truth. Kali in the form of adharma, increasing with untruth, desire to destroy the remaining part of truth. This is confirmed by looking at the 12th canto. In the 12th canto, we'll read that the degradation of the Kali Yuga people. Second chapter talks about how the principles of dharma will degrade more and more in the Kali Yuga. The truth also will destroy eventually. So at the beginning of Kali Yuga, only 1/4 of these 4 principles of dharma are there. By the end of Kali Yuga, it becomes 0. So that is the understood. So we need to continue with verse number 26 onwards. Iyam cha bhumir bhagavata nyasito rupa parastati Srimad Bhistat Padanyasai Sarvata Krita Kautuka.
The burden of the earth was certainly diminished by the personality of Godhead and by others as well. When he was present as an incarnation, all good was performed because of his auspicious footprints.
So, Lord Krishna appeared to reduce the burden of the earth. By killing the demoniac kings, the burden of the earth has been reduced to a greater extent. And by the continuous travel of Lord Krishna from place to place, Mother Earth was always decorated with the footprints of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. As a result of which, Mother Earth was made prosperous. Nyasitoru Bara means she who had a heavy burden created by demons and also herself because of her own weight was removed by the Lord. to a greater extent, and she was made prosperous by the footprints of Lord's lotus feet. So, in that way. Sochati Ashrukala Sadvi Durbage Vojita Sati Abrahmanyan Rupavyaja Shudra Bokshanti Mamiti.
Now she, the chaste one, being unfortunately forsaken by the personality of Godhead, laments her future with tears in her eyes. So now she is being ruled and enjoyed by lower class men who was as a ruler.
Then he further talking about Mother Earth, because in the previous verse he talked about the Dharma. Satya Yuga had 4 legs and eventually reduced to 1/4, and they are also becoming zero, so soon becoming zero. On Earth, who you made prosperous by Lord Krishna, since Lord Krishna left. Okay, with tears in her eyes, the chaste earth filled with misfortune, being abandoned by the Lord, laments. Why Mother Earth is lamenting? Mother Earth is lamenting for this reason. Shudras, dressed as kings, with no respect for Brahmanas and Brahmanical culture, will exploit me and enjoy me in Kali Yuga. This is the lamentation of Mother Earth. Abrahmanya Nrupa Vyaja Shudra Bokshanti Mamiti. Kalau Shudra Sambhava. Okay, I'll give you one understanding of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 talks about 3 modes of material nature. Chapter 17 and 18 talks about the influence of 3 modes of material nature in various things. So in 18th chapter, Lord Krishna talks about the understanding of a person in the mode of goodness. He knows what is dharma, what is adharma, what to be done, what not to be done, what is to be feared, what is not to be feared, what is to be attained as the ultimate goal of life. They know everything. Person in the mode of passion, there are always confusion. Whether this is dharma, this is adharma, this is what, like that. Person in the mode of ignorance, they clearly know dharma to be adharma, adharma to be dharma. That is in relation to modes. And we have 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. In Satya Yuga, the mode of goodness is predominant. In Treta Yuga, mode of passion plus mode of goodness. In Dwapara Yuga, mode of passion plus mode of ignorance. In Kali Yuga, mode of ignorance only. Now, in Kali Yuga, people are predominantly mode of ignorance. The understanding of a person mode of ignorance is dharma is adharma, adharma is dharma. That is what we see. What do you mean by dharma is adharma, adharma is adharma? Nrupa Vyaja, Shudra. By birth they are Shudras, but they dress like the king, which is not supposed to be. Without proper qualification, one should not occupy the position of the higher orders. But they take it. And then they don't have any respect for the Brahmanical culture of Brahmanas. And they are only interested in exploiting Mother Earth. They are not interested in the prosperity of Mother Earth. They are not interested in the welfare of the Brahmanical culture. They are only interested in exploiting others for their own sense gratification. This is the principal activity of Kali Yuga. Yes, Pruj.
But one, as we have said in Bhagavad Gita, there are cheaters who do the cheating and all this. Then they dress up like a Brahmana. Yes, they do the cheating. And we lose the faith in the Brahmanas also. That becomes difficult.
That is what happened in the India. That is what happened in the past. In India, everything like that will not be. People lost because Brahmanas, the so-called Brahmanas exploited the lower Varnas. People lost faith in the Brahmanical culture. Now they say that we want secular government. We want secular society. We don't want this caste-based society. We want everyone equal. That's why this convent education, British education became popular because of secular feelings. They actually promoted the secular feelings and in order to promote their education system. Otherwise, the Vedic education system is separate for separate people. It is not same for everyone. Now everyone want to become engineer, everyone want to become doctor, everyone want to become whatever. They want secular and every. But unfortunately, everyone is not qualified for that. That no one want to accept. Whether one is qualified or not, I want to be there. That is what is promoted in Kali Yuga. So that's what we are trying to say. The Shudras themselves want to dress like the kings. Matlab kings means rulers, or the so-called Brahmanas as you mentioned, and they want to get the name and fame and the position and facilities of that particular position. But by culture they are not. They don't have any respect for Brahmanical culture. Whether someone is Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra or a Brahmana, everyone culturally they had respect for Brahmanical culture. They would treat the Brahmanas as their guru. But nowadays who will treat like that? So it's like that. Iti dharmam mahim chaiva सांत्वयित्वा महारता निशातम आददे खड्गम कलये धर्म हेतवे.
Maharaj Parikshit, who could fight 1,000 enemies single-handedly, thus specified the personality of religion and the earth. Then he took off his sharp sword to kill the personality of Kali, who is the cause of all religion.
So Maharaj Parikshit was called as Maharata. Prabhupada writes that he can fight with 1,000 warriors simultaneously. So after pacifying the cow, after pacifying the bull, who are earth person and dharma personified, Parikshit Maharaj took up his sword for killing Kali with the cause of adharma. He immediately took up the sword. So in the purport, in the first paragraph, second line onwards, Prabhupada writes, this age of Kali will certainly be full of all activities of Kali. But this does not mean that the leaders of society, the executive heads, the learned and the intelligent men are above all the devotees, above all the devotees of the Lord, should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of the age of Kali. Then later on, couple of lines later, Prabhupada writes, the administrator should not simply pass resolutions for anti-corruptional steps, but they must be ready with sharp swords to kill the persons who persons creating corruptions from the angle of vision of the recognized Shastras. The leaders not only make some rules saying that anti-corruption, instead they should take the sword and come forward and punish the people who are promoting anti-corruption. So like that. The Pariksith took up the sword and coming forward to punish Kali. So from that lines, Prabhupada says that. He took his sword in order to kill Kali. This expresses king's intention. So king is thinking that by seeing the sword in my hand, let this person wearing the marks of a king come to fight with me. I'll quickly kill him. A king cannot kill a person who is not fighting. That is the rule. Only in the fight can kill. That's what Arjuna says when Karna came down the chariot trying to lift the chariot wheel. Krishna says, shoot him. Arjuna says, no, how can we shoot him? He's not fighting. He is lifting the chariot. We cannot shoot him. Then Krishna speaks so many other things. Then Arjuna shoots him. So that is the rule. So with that intention, Parikshit Maharaj took up his sword, hoping that that fellow will also take up his sword and start fighting with me, so that I can kill him after fighting for some time. Only in a fight one can kill other. A king can kill other king. Otherwise, they cannot kill. So with that intention, takes up the sword. Push. Little louder. Okay. It will be recorded.
By birth, we are Sudras. And in Kali Yuga, mode of ignorance is
Prominent, yes.
And how we are trying to be, produce Brahmanas. How we will have.
Janmane jayate Shudra. Samskaret bhavet dvija. Veda pata abhyasayet vipra. Brahma jnanati iti Brahmana. If a person want to become Brahmana, should go through this cycle. It cannot happen by miracle. It will happen by endeavor.
Where is this verse?
Mahabharata. By birth, any person is considered to be a Shudra. It is only by performing Shodas Samskaras a person will attain the qualification to become Dvija. The Shodas Samskaras can be followed by Brahmana, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Shudras cannot follow those Samskaras. They don't have that much sense control, mind control. They cannot follow them strictly. The upper three Varnas can follow. That's why the 6 Samskaras are mandatory in the three upper Varnas. They follow that. Eventually they come to Upanayana ceremony. After that, the children will be sent to Gurukul, where they study all the variety of Shastras according to the need of their Varna. Then they will be qualified to be known as Vipra. Especially the Brahmanas are said to be Vipras, who can perform all the Vedic rituals, who can guide performance of Yajna and other things, etc. etc. But by reading the Vedas in totality, completely, they will understand what Brahman is all about. Brahma Janati the Brahmana means they will understand the absolute truth in its three features, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Then they are qualified as Brahmanas. They can be considered as one's guru. Without a Brahmana, without the understanding of Shastra, to the extent that the true nature of absolute truth is not understood, they cannot become guru. So that is the qualification for a person to be called as a Brahmana, to be called as a guru. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. The Brahmanas can become Vipras. They can become the priest, performing the ritual, samskaras, etc. But for them to become guru, for them to be called as actual Brahmanas, they are supposed to understand the true nature of the absolute truth. So that is possible by proper training. Starting with Garbhadana Samskara. So what we are doing in ISKCON is all Apadharma. In ISKCON also we were given Brahmana Diksha. That the so-called Brahmana Diksha is given to us not to give the title, but somehow or other engages in devotional service, giving us an opportunity of direct deity service. That doesn't mean that okay, we have become Brahmanas. Though we don't have any qualification to be called as Brahmanas, but we were given that opportunity, okay, somehow or other engage in service. Enakena prakarena. Okay, we say Manakrishna Niveshayat, we can say either deity Seva Niveshayat. So in that way. Because it is the need of the hour. That's why I'm saying. Apadharma. It is Apadharma. So in that way. Tam jigamshum abhipretya vihaya nrupalanchanam tad padamulam sirasa samagad bhayavivala.
Then the personality of Kali understood that the king was yet once abandoned the dress of a king, the pressure of fear, completely surrendered to him.
Yeah. Tam jigamshum abhipretya vihaya nrupalanchanam. That person who is Shudra by birth but wearing the dress of a king, boasting himself as the king. Now he saw Pariksith Maharaj standing with a sword, eager for the fight. And Kali understood that I cannot fight with Pariksith Maharaj. I cannot win over Pariksith Maharaj. I have to play a trick. Thinking like that, he gave up the dress of a king and fell flat at the feet of Pariksith Maharaj. This is also one more code of conduct that a Kshatriya is supposed to fight with other Kshatriyas only. They cannot fight with any of the other caste people. That is not at all recommended. That's why when Karna comes to that the exhibition, martial arts exhibition, what is his name? Krupacharya asks, so my dear son, please reveal your identity, who you are. Because a Kshatriya cannot fight with other community of people. If you are a Kshatriya, if you are a king of a country or if you are a prince of a country, Your father is a king. You are still a prince, not yet to become the king. Then Arjuna can fight with you. Please reveal your identity. Because a non-Kshatriya cannot fight with a Kshatriya. Even this is what happened in the recent also. When who is the king of Hampi? Krishna Devaraya. He was waging war against King Prataprudra in Jagannath Puri. At one point of time, the eldest son of King Prataprudra was defeated and captured by Krishna Devaraya. He was taken to Hampi. And in the army, in the soldiers, among the soldiers of King of Hampi, Krishna Devaraya, there is one well-versed fighter. And Krishna Devaraya also knew that this eldest son of King of Orissa is also a martial expert in the martial arts. Then the king told that if you fight with him, if you win over that person, I will release you. You can go back to your kingdom. But the other person is not from Kshatriya community. He is from the community of the lower caste. And because since he was trained in that Kshatriya spirit from the childhood, so with the sword which was given to him, with which he is supposed to fight with that opponent soldier, he cut off his head. I will die, but I will not fight with this person. I cannot fight. That is not the code of conduct for the Kshatriya. Saying that he cut off his head. King, what is his name? Prataparudra's eldest son, cut off his head.
His own name.
His own head. Because he cannot fight with other person of lower community. That is the code of conduct for the Kshatriya. That's why.
King oneself is also.
Anyway, he is in the captivity of an enemy king. Na? He will be awarded punishment if not today, tomorrow. He will be given death punishment. So he cut off his head. It is not Atmahatya. It is kind of following the Kshatriya code of conduct. So it is like that. So this is what, because now he is not wearing Kshatriya dress, so he is not Kshatriya. So he cannot be killed by king. That's what king will say. Pariksith Maharaja will say in the next verse. So that's why Karna was requested to reveal his identity. When he was revealed the identity that he is the son of Atirath, who are from Suta community, then Bhima says that your father trained you as a Suta. He trained you to become a Suta. Why you want to fight with the Kshatriyas? Please go home and help your father. Then Karna felt insulted. How can you say that? How can you dare that? Why are you showing the caste discrimination? This, that, so much fuss he created. Then Duryodhana wanted to make use of that this situation. He made him the king of Anga. Then Duryodhana said, now he is the king of Angadesh. Fight with him. So like that. So there Bhima, actually Madhvacharya writes in his comment to Mahabharata that samskaras, the importance of samskaras. After birth, whatever samskaras are given to a person, whatever rituals are performed in order to develop their personality, they train that person in a particular order. But unfortunately, Karna was given by their parents, the foster parents, the samskaras of a Suta community. But he was a son of Kunti Maharani. And more than that, he was an Amsha of sun god. So his samskaras are very strong as a Kshatriya mentality than Suta person. Though the rituals are performed to make him Suta, but he could not transform himself. So that's where the problem came. Seeing the king intending to kill him, Kali gave up the markings of a king in great fear and bowed his head to Pariksith's feet. Kali thought, it is not possible for me to fight with him. A Kshatriya cannot surrender. Another thing, a Kshatriya cannot surrender. Just like I mentioned in the Maharaj's son, he cannot ask for life. Either you kill me in the fight or I will die. But I will never surrender to anybody. That's why he cut off his head. They cannot surrender to others. They cannot beg forgiveness for life. That is very much insult for a Kshatriya. He gave the Kshatriya dress only. So there is no problem in surrender. So therefore, giving up the king's clothing I will fall at his feet. Patitam padayorvira kripaya dina vastala sharanyo navadikshokya ahachedam asaniva.
Maharaja Pariksith, who was qualified
surrender and worthy of being sung in history, did not kill the poor surrendered and fallen Kali, but smiled compassionately, for he was kind to the poor.
Yeah. The praiseworthy warrior, worthy of taking shelter, affectionate to the helpless, did not kill him out of his mercy. He spoke to him with a slight smile. The king considered, since he has surrendered, I cannot kill him. If I kill this evil person, because of killing a surrendered person, irreligion will has just appeared, will spread. He will enter into me, and even he will enter into me even and will not die. Parikshit Maharaj, as a bona fide Kshatriya, is thinking that by killing a surrendered person, I myself will be the cause of the spread of adharma. The Kali will enter me and he will spread through me only. Because I am the monarch. If he enters into monarch, the entire kingdom is spoiled. So king does not want to make a mistake. This is what happened with respect to Rana Pratap. Story you heard? 17 times he forgave, na? What is his name? Prithviraj, sorry, not Rana Pratap, Prithviraj Chauhan. 17 times when that, 17 times. 17 times only. 10 times, no. How many times? 17 only. As far as I remember, 17 times. When he was, that Sultan was trying to attack India and loot the entire India, this king, every time he would defeat, immediately fell flat. Because he surrendered, a Kshatriya cannot kill a surrendered person. He forgave and told him not to come again, not to come again, not to come again, not to come again. 17 times he was defeated.
But if he surrenders, then that means he is also not Kshatriya.
Yeah, yes, he was not Kshatriya. It's okay, but other person cannot be punished.
He was not Kshatriya, he was a Malaysian.
But he's the ruler of a country. Na? In that case, Karna is also not a Kshatriya, but he was made king for a country. So, since he is ruling, he is a king. In that way. So, because this is the principle which is the code of conduct of a Kshatriya. So, but in Kali Yuga, many people misuse it. Because our kings who are some kind of religious, they want to follow religious conduct, other people are exploiting that. So once he has forgiven, he should keep quiet and stay away. But he was waging war against again and again, again and again, again and again. 18th time, he conspired with the father-in-law of Prithviraj Chauhan. And in a irreligious means attacked him and took him all the way up to their kingdom and pluck out his eyes and wanted to kill him. But before he died, he killed that king also. And so many times it happens like that. And other problem with the Vedic culture, Atiti Deva Bhava. All the foreign invaders came to India as a guest and they exploited that nature of Vedic culture and they looted the entire India. So it's like that. Parikshit slightly smiled because he had not given up his anger. So though that Kali surrendered, Parikshit was still angry, but slightly smiled, saying that this plan has been made by the Lord. Today you have been protected from my hand, though I want to kill you. Parikshit thinking that actually I came here to punish you or kill you, but somehow it seems to be the plan of the Lord. The Lord wants you to be saved. Except the Lord, no one can save you. But still, I don't allow you to be in my kingdom. That Parikshit Maharaj will say in the next verse. So it's like that. So you remember last time all of you raised your voice. How can it be? When it is said that if we point out somebody is doing a mistake or sinful activity, we will get the same result as that person gets. and normal understanding, how can we tolerate that? So if you don't raise the voice, they will exploit us also. That is what happened in the past in India. Many religious people did not raise voice. That's why the Britishers and Mughals and all the people looted India because of that principle. But there is a thin line. Who can do it, who cannot do it also matters. Who has power can do it. Who don't have power should not do it. They should take shelter of the power. Like Pariksith Maharaj is the powerful. He can forgive one who surrenders. Because he has the power so much that he can keep that Kali under control at any point of time, at any given point of time. Same way Prithviraj Chauhan also thought that I can defeat this person very easily unless until that person fights with him in a religious way. If they follow the code of conduct of the fight, if they don't follow proper code of conduct of the fight, even though this person may be so powerful, cannot defeat. That is what happened at the 18th time.
That means now in democracy, the power is in the hand of people. They should come out.
Where? Where they'll come out?
Especially the Muslims, whatever they are.
Don't take names.
Sorry. So whatever is going on right now, when people doesn't come out, will be like they will keep going on like this.
Yeah, dharma will increase. Now someone should come out to control the Kali. Who will come out? Who will become Pariksith?
See, why should they not do all this?
So everyone should come out. Then come out. Who is stopping?
Unity. We need unity.
Not unity. The problem is that, sorry, not finding fault with anybody. Many times we speak, but we don't follow. When it comes to difficulties for ourselves, we try to follow the shortcuts. We don't follow the proper code of conduct. So that's how outwardly we say we should follow proper code of conduct. But when we are alone, when there's something needed for us, we want to go through shortcuts. We want to find excuses for ourselves. But for community in general, we want everyone to be adhering to the code of conduct. That is the problem. So now King Parikshit will punish Kali. So King Kali, since Kali surrendered, he cannot kill him. So, but he need to do something. He need to follow the instruction of Uddhava also. He has to stop Kali influencing the people in general. Rajo vacha nate gudake shayeshodaranam baddhanjalervai bayamasi kinchet navartitavyam bhavata katanchana kshetre madiye tava adharma bandhu.
King thus said, we have inherited the fame of Arjuna. Therefore, since you have surrendered yourself with folded hands, you need not fear for your life. But you cannot remain in my kingdom, for you are the friend of irreligion.
Then the king said, coming with folded hands in front of the sustainer of Arjuna's glory, we should have no fear at all for death, no fear for death. But you, O friend of religion, O friend of irreligion, cannot stay in my kingdom at all. I will not kill you because I need to follow the code of conduct of Kshatriya. Kshatriya cannot kill a surrendered person. But you cannot stay in my kingdom. Leave my kingdom immediately. You don't have any place in my kingdom. Contemplating his action, king spoke. You have come with folded hands in front of me, sustaining the fame of Arjuna. You cannot stay by any degree in my kingdom. You have to leave my kingdom instantly. Any degree means even 0.001%. You cannot say that I just need a place to keep my one toe only. Not like that. You should not be in my kingdom at all. Go out of my kingdom. In that way. That means there should be no influence of you in my kingdom. You may be the king of time, but I don't want your influence in my kingdom. Something like that. Tvam vartamanam naradeva dehesh anu pravritto yamadharma puga lobondrutam chauryamanarya jeshta cha maya kalahascha damba.
If the personality of Kali, irreligion, is allowed to act as a man god or an executive head, certainly irreligion principles like greed, falsehood, robbery, incivility, treachery, misfortune, cheating, quarrel, and vanity will abound.
So what will happen if Kali is there all around? When you become situated in devatas and men, all sorts of religion will follow. The devatas and men being influenced by Kali will be addicted to greed, lobha, untruth, anrutam, theft, chauryam, chora, chori karna, anaryam, vulgarity, uncivilized lifestyle, and then amha, giving up dharma. They are not understanding following dharma. And jeshta, they are subjected to poverty. And maya, that is deceit. They take the occupation of cheating others. And kalaha, they are always busy with quarrels. And dhamba, pride, they are always affected by pride. All these qualities will take place in a person who is affected by Kali. Therefore, you should not stay in my kingdom. I don't want my kingdom to be a irreligious kingdom. I want it to be a religious kingdom. So I don't want all these things in my kingdom. Here the faults of your nature, even the devatas being overcome by you, will be fixed in greed and other bad qualities. Then what to speak of the ordinary human beings? Even the devatas will be get affected by your influence. Then what to speak of the ordinary human beings? So you should.
How can the Devata become like?
Naradeva Deveshu.
Because they in this earth, only this 4 July in the earth planet only. So how the Devata?
You are there in the Bhagavatam class? You heard Bhagavatam class?
Today?
Radha Gopinath Bhagavatam class?
Last time.
Prabhuji was speaking from Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, which talks about Daivasura Sampatti Vibhaga Yoga. The qualities of the divine and the qualities of demoniac. Daiva Sampatti and Asura Sampatti. The first 3 verses talks about Daiva Sampatti, remaining chapter talks about Asura Sampatti. Daiva Sampatti means basically the people in the mode of goodness, what kind of quality they follow. Asura Sampatti means the people in the mode of ignorance, what kind of quality they follow. It is Daiva means not exactly the Devatas, even people in the mode of people who are situated in the mode of goodness, who are religious, who are already following religious custom, even they will be affected by a religion. Then what to speak of the people in general who are in the mode of good passion and ignorance? They by nature are attracted to religion, and if you are there with full-fledged eagerness, they perform religious activities. So in that way, like that we can see. But Parikshit Maharaj is saying that even devatas who are supposed to be predominantly mode of goodness, they will be affected by you. Your character, your power is like that. Then what to speak of the normal human beings? But if you think that devatas are not supposed, they are not supposed to be part of Kali Yuga, if they are above, among the human beings, we can take the people in the mode of goodness, people in the mode of ignorance. So in that. Nice.
You said,
Little louder.
sorry. Treachery and cheating. There's some treachery and cheating.
Amha is treachery and cheating is Maya. Let us see what is that. These qualities follow you completely when you are situated in men and devatas. Anarya means inferior, uncivilized behavior. Arya Visena, Arya means civilized, Anarya means uncivilized. Amha means giving up one's dharma. Prabhupada writes, Amha means treachery, giving up one's dharma. whatever is one's dharma as per one's family tradition, one gives up that dharma and one takes on to others' dharma. Swadharmam api chaveksha na vikampitum arhasi. Under all circumstances, one should not give up one's dharma. Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that you are born and trained as a Kshatriya, you are supposed to fight. That is your dharma. You cannot say that I want to take sannyas and beg, live by begging. That is not meant for a Kshatriya. Kshatriyas are not supposed to take on to sannyas and live by begging. Kshatriyas are meant to fight and die or give charity but not accept charities. So it is like that. Amha means giving up one dharma and accepting somebody else's dharma. So
But Prabhu, nowadays the people are just changing their dharmas.
Prabhuji,
Religion.
just now we discussed Kali Yuga means mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance means adharma is dharma, dharma is adharma. Adharma appears to be dharma, dharma appears to be adharma. Simple. Logic is very simple. Equation is clear. You don't have to prolong it. If somebody following their dharma properly, they will not be respected in the society. They will be treated as a person from bygone ages. That is what is happening outside. So it's like that. The society has a different norms only. So, Jeshta means poverty. The people in general are poverty stricken. In order to overcome poverty, what kind of means they will take? They will undertake. Cheating others, destroying others, robbing others, such kind of things. Maya means deceit. Maya means cheating or deceit, deceiving others. Okay, cheating others, basically. Amha means, prachara means not following one dharma, but following somebody else's dharma. Especially in the last 1 century, there are so many so-called religious men or godmen coming and disappearing, coming and disappearing. So, because that position has got lot of fame and name and lot of associated benefits also. So it's like that. Just like here, Kali took the dress of a king, and so many people took the dress of a godman and want to get profits out of that position. That is what is happening. Dhamma means pride. It's like that. All these qualities will have great respect in Kali Yuga. It is said that the definition of Kali Yuga is when people are together, they quarrel with each other. When people are people in seclusion, they what is that? Quarrel and hypocrisy. When people are together, they quarrel. When they are alone, they are hypocrite. That is the nature of Kali Yuga. The two principles of Kali is quarrel and hypocrisy. Hypocrisy means cheating. Cheating means Maya. So in that way. Navartitavyam tadadharma bandho dharmena sattena cha vartitavye vam yatra yajanti yajnair yagneshwaram yajnavitana vigna.
Therefore, O friend of his religion, do not deserve to remain in a place where experts perform sacrifices according to truth and religious principles for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Here one interesting point which Pariksith Maharaj talks about the nature of this kingdom. You cannot stay in Brahmavarta where dharma and truth suitably reside. So the land in between Ganga and Yamuna, that land is known as Aryavarta. And the capital of entire land is known as Brahmavarta. So the place which was known as Brahmavarta in scriptures, it is known today as Bittur.
What?
Bittur. Bittur is the place which is located on the bank of Ganga, which is very close to Kanpur, about 25 kilometers from Kanpur. Bittur is the place where Swayambhu Manu was ruling the entire Bhumandala. That was the capital of Swayambhu Manu. Later on, Uttanapada was ruling, Dhruva was ruling. Dhruva's children, they were all ruling from that place only. Even Priyavrata's children, Ambarish Maharaj, not Ambarish, Agnidra, and Ambarish Nabi, Ambarish Maharaj was also ruling from Bittur. Bharat Maharaj was also ruling from Bittur. Bittur was the original capital for the entire Bhumandala, entire Jambudvipa, entire Bharatavarsha. The original capital was Bittur.
Rani Lakshmi Bai from Bittur.
And Bittur is the place where Valmiki had his ashram. That is where Lakshmana left Mother Sita. Valmiki Muni took care of Mother Sita and her two children, Lava and Kusha, in Bittur only. 11 years they stayed there in his ashram in Bittur, in that Brahmavarta place.
Still there?
Ah,
Ashram is there?
the remnants of the ashram, in the sense, ashram not as it is, the place which they say this is the place where ashram used to be there, like that. It is there. Even today also you can go and see. And it is in Bittur. Bhagavatam 5th canto talks about that Lord Rishabdev elaborately spoke on the principles of Bhagavad Dharma to his 100 sons, headed by Bharat Maharaj. That took place on this place known as Brahmavarta, on the bank of Ganga. And from the modern historical context, this is the place where Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, in our place we call, here north they call it as Rani Lakshmi Bai. She was born in that Bittur. So in that place, Brahmavarta is connected to that place, which is the original capital of entire Bharatavarsha. Bharatavarsha is not just India, but the bigger land, the entire world in that sense, from our point of view. And where knowers of sacrifice worship the Lord, who is the Lord of sacrifice, by performing sacrifice. So in this tract of land, especially in the Jambudvipa, whose capital is Brahmavarta, people know Dharma. People worship the Supreme Lord with the Lord of sacrifice by performing sacrifice. So it's like that is saying. This is the land of Dharma, this is the land of Yajna, where Lord Yajna is being worshipped by the performance of Yajna. You don't have any place here. Please get out. So like that Pariksith Maharaj is telling to Kal. The word Dharma covers everything. The word Satya is added as an indication of Dharma, the main element. Without branches and twigs, the root alone cannot accomplish goal. Sanatana Dharma is like the root of the tree. The different branches of the Sanatana Dharma is all the good qualities like Satya, Saucha, Daya, Satyam, the Saucham, and all the good qualities that we heard about in the previous chapter. Lord Krishna possesses 40 qualities. All those are different branches of sub-branches of the tree of Sanatana Dharma. The root is called as Dharma. So in that way. Without branches and twigs, the root alone cannot accomplish the goal. Dharma and truth are suitable to exist in Bharatavarsha or Brahmavarta. So in that way. So this is a Bharatavarsha, land of Dharma. You cannot stay here. Please get out. So like that.
This means in this case they are telling you should not stay in the where there is a sacrifice is going. So that we are sacrifice in the land of tract. So even this
Kali should not stay.
Even Harinam sacrifice they are doing. This is one of the sacrifice. Kali should not stay.
Kali will not stay where sacrifice is going on. Yes, that is true. So we should do more Harinam Sankirtan. So wherever Harinam Sankirtan is going on, the Kali will not stay. Kali means Adharma will not stay. The effect of Kali is in the form of Adharma, quarrel and hypocrisy. They will not stay in the midst where Harinam Sankirtan is going on. That's why later in the Bhagavatam 4th canto, the Prachetas, when Lord Vishnu says that please ask for a benediction, they say that Tulayemaya Lavanapi na Swargam na Punarbhavam. Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya Martyanam Kimat Utasya. We don't want anything else, we just want the association of devotees. Why? How long? Yavatte Maya Sprushta Brahmamaya Karmabi Tavat Bhavat Prasanganam Sangasyannu Bhave Bhave. According to our karma, even though we may have to take birth in this material world again and again for multiple times, Please give us birth in the association of your devotees. Sangasane bhave bhave. Again and again, whenever we take birth in this material world, please keep us in the association of your devotees. Why? So then they say that Yatridante katamrushta trishnayo prashamo yata nirvaira sarvabhuteshu nodvego yatra kashchana. Yatra idyante katamrushta. It is only in the association of devotees. The devotees worship the Supreme Lord by discussing Krishna Katha. Yatra idyante katamrushta. Idyante means worshipping. How they worship the Lord? Not by daily worship. By Katha. By discussing Katha. So what is the specialty of Katha? No. Let us follow then. Yatridante katamrushta trishnaya prashamo yata nirvaira yatra bhuteshu. When we hear Krishna Katha, what is the principal element of Krishna Katha? It says that Aham sarvasya prabho mattam sarvam pravartate. Everything is manifesting from me, everything is maintained by me. What is everything? Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kammaro buddhirevacha ahankara miti emme binna prakriti. The matter is my additional external energy and the jiva is my internal energy. Aparaya mitasvanya prakritim vidyame param jiva bhutam mahabaho edam dharate chukam dharate param. Jiva shakti tata shakti of mind and Maya shakti is my Bairanga shakti. Both matter is mine, spirit is mine. Everything belongs to me only. And sir, what is this verse? Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All the Jiva Lokas and all the living entities are my Amsha only. They are my parts and parcels only. If everything is Lord's, whom we envy? If I am envying you, you are a part of the Lord. I am envying the Lord. Which sane man will envy the Lord? Then where is the facility for envying someone else? Etredyanto katamrushta trishnayo prashamayata. Nirvaira etra bhuteshu. There will be no vaira where Krishna Katha is going on. Before that is Trishnaya prashamoyata. The main problem in the material world is Trishna. The hankering, the material desire. Shama means to control. When we hear Krishna Katha, the Krishna Katha will tell that you should not have any material desires. You should only cultivate one desire. What is that verse from 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita? Yogakshema Vamyam. Ananya Chinta Yantomam. Without any other Chinta, there should be only one Chinta. That is worship of Krishna. If there is no other Chinta, where is the anxiety? Trishnaya prashamo yata. In the association of devotees, when one hears Krishna Katha, the Trishna becomes zero. Trishna is completely controlled. The material hankering is completely controlled. And the material envy is completely controlled. And nodvego etra kashchana. There will be no more udvega. Udvega, you understand, no? In Hindi also udvega, what is there? Anxiety. There will be no more anxiety. What else a person wants? So like that they say. We just want association of devotees. In your association of devotees, all these things we get it. So that's all. We don't want any material benediction.
So that is, if you want to conflict resolution, then we have to hear Krishna Katha with them.
More and more. Here Krishna Katha, being part of Harinam Sankirtan more and more. That is the only solution. To stay away from the influence of Kali. Just now we had a class. That central zone counselors, all counselors, they are having a meeting. So I went there for that meeting. We were discussing. So they asked me to speak today. So because I present this book, I gave to most of the counselors during the ACM meeting. So I started speaking from the first chapter. So at the end conclusion, I said that because we are discussing the same thing. When Krishna was there, Kali was not there. When Krishna disappeared, Kali made his entry. When Pariksith Maharaj now he came, he will be stopping Kali's influence. He rules for 25 years. Then he was casted by Shrungi. We will read in the next chapter. Then after the departure of Pariksith Maharaj, Kali again makes his entry. But by the way, when Parikshit Maharaj cursed to die in 7 days, in those 7 days, Sukadeva Goswami speaks Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. It was not just to Parikshit Maharaj. In that assembly, every person from the entire universe was there. There are great sages from Satyaloka, Janaloka, Marloka, Sapaloka. There are also kings and Brahmanas from the Bhuloka also. All the kings of the neighboring kingdoms and all the Brahmanas from the neighboring neighborhood, they all assembled in that assembly. Everyone is there in that assembly. And that was the first time Bhagavatam was spoken in public. Till then, Bhagavatam was only known to the very close circles, within the circles of the great personalities only. Others do not know. So, of course, that is the conclusion of that chapter also. So, at this point of time, we have both. We have Kali also, we have Bhagavatam also. So, it is up to us whom to take shelter. Do we want to take shelter of Kali? If we take shelter of Kali, we get all the other things. All the other things will follow Kali. If we take shelter of Bhagavatam, we are freed from all the other things. So, it is up to us. So, in that way. So, the only solution to stop all the problems is to take shelter of Bhagavatam and Bhakti. Of course, Bhagavatam teaches about Bhakti and Bhagavan. So, taking shelter of Bhakti and Bhagavan is the only solution. Individually and collectively. Till then, Kali will have his own influence. If not everywhere, whoever takes shelter of Bhakti and Bhagavan, they may be protected. Of course, history repeats. If you go back to history, which is not widely known, during the time of Aurangzeb, what kind of massacre happened all over India will again happen. If we, as you said, if we don't unite it together. It's like that. Yasmin Harer Bhagavan Ijjamana Ijjatmamurtir Yajatam Samtanoti Kaman Amogam Stirajangamanam Antar Bahirvayurivaisha Atma. Yeah, someone read the translation?
In all sacrificial ceremonies, although sometimes a demigod is worshipped, the Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead is worshipped because he is the super soul of everyone and exists both inside and outside like the air. Thus, it is he only who awards all welfare to the worshipper.
So, Brahmavarta or Bhartavarsha is the land of Dharma, where the Yajna Purusha is worshipped constantly by the performance of Yajna. So then Parikshit Maharaj continuing that, Yasmin Harir Bhagavan Ijjamana. You cannot reside in the place or in the kingdom where the Supreme Lord, who is known as Bhagavan, who is the soul of the Devatas, who exists inside and outside like the air. Okay? That Lord is being worshipped and distributes material and spiritual prosperity to one and all. What is the useful to all moving and non-moving beings? To the worshipper. This land is filled with all the worshippers. There is no place for you. Please get out from my kingdom. So in that way. You cannot reside where the Lord being worshipped. What is the useful to all moving and non-moving beings? To the worshipper. So in that way. You cannot stay here in this middle, in this place where the Lord is constantly worshipped. Please go out. So then Kali might say that, but the Devatas should also be worshipped, not just Bhagavan. In the previous one, it said that by your influence, even the Devatas can be affected. Then what to speak of the ordinary human beings? Then Kali would say that, okay, Devatas should be also be worshipped, not just Bhagavan. Then Parikshit Maharaj is saying that just by worshipping Bhagavan, everything is accomplished. There is no need of worship of the Devatas separately. Then you don't have any place in this kingdom. The Supreme Lord is the soul of all those who are worshipped, such as Indra, or they are forms of him alone. Even though Devatas are worshipped in the Yajna, Idam Indra, Swaidam Noma, like that, but all the Devatas are non-different from the Supreme Lord. They are different body limbs of the Supreme Lord, or they are different amshas of the Supreme Lord in that way. He distributes material happiness for us, the citizens, moving and non-moving, and also he distributes the spiritual happiness. It is the Supreme Lord who gives us the material happiness and spiritual happiness. And by the worship of the Devata also, the worship of the Supreme Lord is accomplished. So, in that way. Like air, he can be realized inside and outside. If you exist here, this will not be the situation. Because through the medium of Yajna, we are worshipping the Supreme Lord by the worship of the different Devatas. But if you come to this place, the Yajna will be stopped. The worship of the Devatas will be stopped. The worship of the Supreme Lord will be stopped. Then there will be no material prosperity and there will be no spiritual prosperity for the people of this world. That I don't want happen in my kingdom. I want the people in my kingdom should be prosperous materially also spiritually. So go out of my kingdom. You don't have any place in my kingdom.
Again, the sum or the word sum,
Mm.
spiritual happiness. Can you please elaborate that word?
Spiritual happiness means by practicing their sadhana, they will progress and they will go back home back to Godhead. Prabhupada writes in that is some Sanskrit word. I also don't know what is the meaning. It is in the notes. I am just repeating. Prabhupada also writes that one should be happy as long as one living in this world. After death, one should go back home back to Godhead. That is success of life. Not that while living one should be poverty stricken. Not like that. One should live comfortably, happily while living in this world. And at the death, one should go back home back to Godhead. That is the perfection of life. Otherwise, it's not. Outside people may say that the perfection of life is to become wealthy or become rich or become come to topmost position in the perception of the world. But what will happen after death? That is only part of success, not complete success. If one is supposed to take one more birth again, then it is not success. It is of no use. The success is this is the last birth. No more rebirth. So having said these words, Pariksith Maharaj gave clear-cut order. You go or fight with me. You will vacate this place or fight with me. Something like that. Sudha Goswami is continuing. Parikshitaivam adishta sakalerjata vepato tam udyasim ahedam dandapanim ivodatam.
Is Sutta Goswami said the personality of Kali is being ordered by Maharaj Pariksith began to tremble in fear. Seeing the king before him like Yamraj, ready to kill him, Kali spoke to the king as protection.
So it is said that, directed in this way by King Parikshit, trembling Kali spoke to Parikshit Maharaj, who had his sword raised, appearing like Yama, ready to kill him. King Parikshit had his sword raised. Kali trembled. This showed his great intelligence in protecting himself. He felt he is about to kill me. He is actually trembling in order to protect himself. If I don't tremble, if I remain sober, he may kill me anytime. By he seeing me trembling, he will show compassion upon me. So that is the way Kali is acting. The intention of the king was, if he does not follow my order, I will kill him right now. That is my desire. If he obeys my order, though I will not kill him, I do not have any fault. Because if he obeys my order, he will go out of my kingdom. As long as I rule, there will be no influence of Kali. I am fulfilling the desire of Uddhava. But if he does not obey my order, I will kill him. So in that way also he will follow the order of Uddhava. So in that way. So Kali seeing Parikshit Maharaj as Dandapani or Yamaraj. Then Kali speaks with a trembling body. He speaks. Kali Ruvacha Yatra Kvavata Pasyami Sarvabhaumam Tavajnaya Lakshase Tatra Tatrapi Tvam Ateshu Sharashanam.
O your majesty, though I may live anywhere and everywhere under your order, I shall but see you with bow and arrows wherever I look.
So king said that don't stay here, get out of this place. Kali is saying that you are the ruler of the entire earth. Sarvabhauma means Sarva. Sarva means Sarva. Bhauma means Bhumi. Is the ruler of the entire Bhumi. Is the ruler of the entire Jambudvipa. So wherever I go for my life, I see you standing with bow and arrow in your hand, ready to kill me. The entire earth is yours, and you are telling me to get out of my kingdom. Where else I'll go? I have to be somewhere in this place only. But wherever I go in this place, I see you standing with bow and arrow. Please give me some places where I can stay fearlessly. O King of the whole earth, I directly see you in this way. Since all moving and non-moving beings are your citizens, and you control the whole world, I do not have any place to live. I neither have the place physically to stay, nor I have the mind or heart of any person in this world, because everyone is your citizens only. Whether human beings or other citizens, they are all your people only. I cannot enter their minds or their hearts. I cannot stay in any outside place. Everything belongs to you only. I do not have any place to live. Therefore, kill me, who have fallen at your feet in front of you with your hand right now. He is actually playing a trick. So I can't go anywhere. Please kill me. Your order is that not stay here, but go out, get out of my kingdom. There is nothing else other than your kingdom. So I can't stay anywhere. So please kill me. And king already promised, since you have surrendered to me, I cannot kill you. So king is in hell now. He has kind of put checkmate to king. Tanme dharma brutam shreshta sthanam nirdesham arhasi yatraivani yato vastya atishtam te anushasanam.
O chief among the protector of religion, please fix some place for me where I can live permanently under the protection of your God.
So when Kali said that, please kill me. I don't have any place to stay. I cannot enter anybody's mind or heart. I don't have any place to stay. Kill me. Then king said, I cannot kill you. Because you already surrendered to me. That is my code of conduct. I cannot kill you. Then the Kali said that, okay, if that is the case, please designate some places for me where I can reside permanently, abiding by your order. Please allocate some places for me to stay, where I can stay fearlessly. So it's like that. When East India Company came to India, no, we don't want to disturb your country. We just want to do some business. We want to do some friendly business so that we can exchange our money and our products like that. Slowly they expanded. The whole country has been occupied by them. So something like that. So Kali is also playing the same trick. Please designate some places where I can live peacefully. Later on I'll explain. Suta uvacha abhyartitastada tasmai snanani kalaye dadau dyutam panam shriyasuna yatra dharmas chaturvida.
Sutta Goswami said, Maharaj Pariksith, thus being petitioned by the personality of Kali, gave him permission to reside in places where gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter were performed.
Yeah. Abhyartha tada tasmai, being requested by Kali. Okay. Parikshit Maharaj allowed 4 places for Kali to reside, where 4 types of adharma activities can take place. Dyutam is gambling, Panam is drinking wine, Striya is unmarried woman, and Suna, slaughter of animals. Dyutam is clearly gambling, Panam means drinking wine and other things such as things like wine, etc. Striya means unmarried woman. Shuna is killing other living entities. With the appearance of gambling comes untruth, the loss of truthfulness. In gambling, people want to cheat others and earn more money. So they will take the means of untruth. So there is loss of truthfulness. People cannot be truthful. With the appearance of drinking comes intoxication and loss of mercy. People who are addicted to drinking, they are over intoxicated. They cannot show compassion to others. They are only in their own world. With illicit women comes illicit sex and impurity. With violence to living entities comes all adharmas. So here, the striya is translated as unmarried woman. In the Vedic culture, the marriage used to happen early. The woman is supposed to be under the protection of the parents before marriage, protection of husband after marriage, and under the protection of the children after the husband takes on to renunciation. So in somewhere or other, they are under the protection of someone. If the women are not under protection, so they are exploited by other men. So they are the cause of prostitution. In that way, it is translated. So that's how it is mentioned. The unmarried women, they continue to stay for the entire life without marriage. So in that way, those who commit violence to living entities have no austerity, cleanliness, or mercy. Truthful speaking does not exist in them at all. Those people, for their own sake, who commit violence to others, they don't have any good qualities such as austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. So in that way. So violence is the main principle, causing violence to others, verbally or physically, the main principle of adharma. Prabhupada writes about all these things elaborately, how these four things are actually causing degradation of Vedic culture, one after the other. That's why Prabhupada instituted these four rules and regulations in our ISKCON. No meat eating, no intoxication, no drinking, no gambling. Out of these four things, one thing people perform for the most amount of time. There is a direct correspondence with Mahabharata shloka we hear, no? What is that? Ahara nidra bayamaitunam cha samanam etat pashubi naranam dharmo itesho adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubi samana. Ahara, corresponding thing is meat eating. Nidra, corresponding thing is intoxication, like bhaya, corresponding thing is gambling, and maituna, corresponding thing is illicit sex. So one way to see is that the whole purpose of life is goes in making arrangements for eating, sleeping, mating, not defending. Eating, sleeping, mating, and making arrangements for all these three. That is bhaya. Bhaya is basically fear of security, for which a person makes all the arrangements necessary for all the other things. So why people take to gambling? Those who don't want to earn money by hard working. They want to earn money easy way. That is gambling. People who want to earn money easy way is gambling. Not in a bona fide honorary way. So in that way. Out of these four things, people may be addicted to all the four, but one thing we do prominently. We means people in general do prominently. That is ahara. The most of the time goes in this only. People work hard basically for arranging the requirements for food. Once you construct your home, that is okay. That home will be there for 30 years. Like that. Other things will be performed only for small amount of time, but food is lot of amount of time. And that food contains meat eating. Because one need to eat every day, 3 times a day without fail. That includes so many other things. Meat eating and intoxication is also part of that food, etc. etc. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives the example of food only. Out of the many things that we perform, the food occupies the major role. That's why Lord Krishna says, what was that verse? Yagnashishta shinashanto muchante sarva kilbishai bunjatete agama papa e pachanti atmakaranat. By performing other activities, a person may commit this much amount of sin. But only in terms of food, a person commits this much amount of sin. The sins committed in the name of food are more than other activities. So that's why Lord Krishna says one can be freed of all sins by eating Yagnashishta, the food remnant that are offered to Supreme Lord. So when Parikshit Maharaj awarded these 4 places to stay, Kali said, "My dear king, what are you saying? In your kingdom, there are no such places. Please be practical. Give me some place where I can really have some scope to live. Don't give me some illusory utopian places which do not exist only." Punaschayachamana jata rupa adat prabhu tato nrutam madam kamam rajo vairam cha panchamam.
The personality of Kali asked for something more, and because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold. Because wherever there is a gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and envy.
Yeah. When implored again, the king gave the place where there was gold. In that place, Jatarupa means, Jatarupa is basically fire. Jata means fire. Jatarupa means that is in the form of fire. What is the color of gold? Jatarupa means that is in the form of fire, that is gold. So where there was gold, that place is given to Kali. In that place, there will be untruthfulness, intoxication, illicit sex, pride, and enmity. It is only by money in the form of gold one can do all the sinful activities. If there is no money, what will one do? Either for the sake of money or with the money only one can do sin, not otherwise. And this can be seen now. Wherever wealth is there, that is where Kali is there. Wherever Kali is there, that is where quarrel and hypocrisy is there. Especially for the ancestral property issues, the brothers who live together very nicely in the initial days, initial years, they fight bitterly afterwards when the property dispute come in between. That is the influence of Kali. Because Kali stays wherever the wealth is there. And eventually all the other things will follow.
Before the Kali also, there was a fight between Pandavas and Kauravas.
Ah, okay. Who is Duryodhana?
Kali.
He is Kali personified himself. Pandavas never had problem with the property.
Yes.
Pandavas were simply listening to the elders. If you want me to the king, we will be the king. If you don't want him as the king, we don't want the entire kingdom. Yudhishthira went to the extent that you just give us 5 villages. But Duryodhana is such kind of Kali personified. He said, what to speak of 5 villages? I can't give you the place which can be occupied by the tip of the needle. So that's what will happen. The brothers will not fight for the huge property. They will only fight for the small property, 1 square yard only. Maybe 1000 rupees. This happened in my family only. My father's elder brother, my younger brother, they fought for 500 rupees. It went to the extent that I'll kill you, I'll kill you. There is the amount of 1000 rupees which is supposed to be distributed with between 2 people, 500 each. And thus they said everything belongs to us. This person says it is supposed to be half of. And I went home. I gave the 1000 rupees to that person. In order to pass for this person, I gave 10,000 rupees. Still they are not happy. I gave my brother literally 10,000 rupees to make him fight. And my father's elder brother, I gave, you only take. You say it is yours, you only take. That bitterness will not go away. No? So that is the situation.
That means we should not have gold.
Huh? Wait, let us discuss what is the understanding of that gold. What is the understanding of that gold? We will understand. O king, having heard this news, no one will perform gambling, drinking, illicit sex, or animal killing. First, I must enter their minds. Therefore, the king gave Kali material represented by gold, but indicating other things like silver, etc., as his living place. Because of Kali residing in this place, a place where there is a wealth, 4 times of adharma, consisting of untruth, intoxication, illicit sex, and pride, and a 5th, enmity will also be present. Wherever Kali is there, the first thing manifest is enmity. And eventually there will be untruth, intoxication, narcissism and pride, other things. Mada and Kama is neuter gender in poetic license. So he has given these 5 places, but Parikshit Maharaj did not stop there. The next verse it explains. Amuni Panchasthanani Dharma Prabhava Kali Autareya Dattani Autareyena Dattani Nyavasatan Nideshakrit.
Thus, the personality of Kali, by the directions of Maharaj Pariksith, the son of Uttara, was allowed to live in those 5 places.
So Kali, propagator of religion, following the order of the king, took up residence in these 5 places given by the son of Uttara. After giving these 5 places to Kali, Parikshit Maharaj made sure that there will be no places where these 5 things are happening. So he has given the place where there is gold. So what do you mean by that there will be no gold? The understanding is there will be no place where excessive gold is stored. People can have gold to the extent they need, not out of greed. Where the gold or anything, the other manifestation of gold in terms of silver or money or any other forms, if they are stored out of greediness more than one's need. You remember Ishavasya Midam Sarvam? Ishavasya Midam Sarvam? Jagatyam Jagatena Taktena Bunjita Ma Gruddha Kashvasidanam. Tena Taktena Bunjita. One should accept as per one's quota, not more than that. If something is more than one's quota, that excess will attract Kali. If something is as per one's destiny, as per one's karma, it comes on its own accord. That will not attract Kali. If it is obtained little bit more than that, that will attract Kali. That is where problems will come. By having more, this person will become pride. By seeing this person having more, that person becomes envious. There will be enmity between those, constant fight. That person want to cheat this person want to rob that person. You want to become more and more. He will cheat others. And that person want to steal from this person, they will cheat this person. That is what is happening around. We see all these scams and all these things, different things. Some people want in an easy way, a lot of money. And other people want to cheat others and take away loot their wealth.
Those who are destined to.
Those who are distant, they will get. It will remain with him. If it is distant, it will be with them only.
But then pride also comes along with that.
No, if it is coming as per one's karma, it will not become proud.
Okay. But if the person is earning honestly and
if you want to reduce or turn off the AC, you can do the needful. No issues. And now weather is normal only. Turn off?
No, but
27. No, you want turn off?
yeah.
Okay. I increased temperature. So no issues.
so basically what happens that many times that we see that the people are getting good amount of money, but after a certain period they become there is a pride in them.
That's what I'm saying. Pride means Kali. Kali means excessive gold, more than their destiny.
Okay, so they are getting more than their destiny.
If somebody is accumulating more than what they are destined, that excessive wealth will attract Kali. And by the influence of Kali, one becomes either proud or greedy or whatever.
But they are getting their amount of quota as per the destiny. They are not accumulating.
Then they should not be affected by Kali.
So either they should give as a donations or charity.
No, that is their disposition. Giving charity is their culture of respect. Their culture of respect for religious culture. We are not talking about charity and all. We are just talking about wherever the wealth is stored excessively, more than what one needs, more than what one's destiny allows. That excessive gold will attract Kali. When Kali comes, all other things will manifest. If somebody, in spite of having wealth, if that person is not taking to any religious means, that means that is as per their destiny, and they are determined to be with that wealth, and they will do all other welfare activities. That is okay. There are many people, in spite of being wealthy, they are not proud of that wealth and all. They are not boastful of those positions. They are humble and natural. They are very kind to others, people in general, society. And
But this kind of people are 5%, I can say.
Prabhuji, already we established the principle. Kali Yuga, mode of ignorance, dharma to be adharma, adharma to dharma. That is the prominence. Good people will be minority only. Don't worry. So,
those people are earning money illegally. They are right,
huh?
actually.
Wherever money is stored by illegal means or excessively more than they deserve, they will attract Kali. If Kali comes, all the other components will come along with Kali. That is understanding. So if we are not try to pinpoint someone, okay, this person is earning more, not like that. We don't know what is their destiny. How can we determine that somebody's destiny is this much only? That we don't know. So we cannot judge anybody. But the general principle is that if somebody stores excessive wealth more than what they deserve, more than what their destiny allows, that excessive wealth will attract Kali. They will give some shelter to Kali, and Kali eventually will expand. Kali will occupy their entire heart. What are the
those who have excess money, those who have pride, they are excess money.
Pride is a symptom of presence of Kali. If, as per my destiny, I am supposed to have a wealth of 1 lakh, but by some cheating means, by producing wrong certificates, I got a job. I earned more money. I collected, I saved 10 lakhs. The 9 lakhs will be occupied by Kali. And wherever I use those 9 lakhs, there will be Kali's influence. As a result of that, I will boast myself. I am the most intelligent person. I am the most wealthy person. No one can earn like me. Something like that. All the symptoms of because of Kali. Something like that. Becoming proud, becoming greedy. So then he becomes habituated to earning more and more in that bad ways. So these are all subsequent symptoms of Kali. So Ataitanna seveta bubushu purushakvashet visheshato dharmashilo raja lokapatir guru.
Therefore, whoever desires progressive well-being, especially kings, religionists, public leaders, brahmanas, and sannyasis, should never come in contact with the 4 above mentioned irreligious principles.
This is the instruction for all of us. Suta Goswami is giving instruction to all of us, especially the people of Kali Yuga. Therefore, the person who desires his own benefit, if at all we want our own benefit, and particularly the religious king, who is the protector of the people and the teacher, should not indulge in these 5 things. A teacher means Brahmana, the king means a Kshatriya, and anyone who wants one's own benefit. Anyone other also, in general, people in general also, if at all they are desiring their own benefit, they should not indulge in these 5 items. Meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and accumulating excessive wealth, whether in the form of gold or any other kind. One should not serve women beyond one's married wife. One example is quoted. What do you mean by not indulging all these things? One should not serve women beyond one's wife. Bubushu means desiring his own benefit. Not indulging in gold or wealth means not being attached to it. Though to some degree everyone has to use it. In a household order, one need to have all these different things. We need to have gold, we need to have home, we need to have some property, some bank balance for the security sake, etc. etc. But not attached to it. One can have these things, but not too much attached to it. Too much attachment to all these things is a symptom of Kali. Having is not a problem. That's what I mentioned now. Even there could be a wealthy person, but they are not proud of their wealth. They are humble. Humble means they are not attached to that wealth. They know that as a result of my past karma, this wealth has come. After this life gets over, I have nothing to do with this wealth. I will be with this wealth only this lifespan only. How much? Maybe 60 to 100 years. Afterwards, that does not belong to us. Even though Matajis might be having so many golden ornaments, how long they will have? Till the last breath only. Afterwards, the ornaments belong to somebody else. They cannot take with them after death. So underlying understanding is that we can have all these things, but we should not have attachment. Scriptures do not discourage someone having something. They discourage the mentality of attachment. It is only out of attachment either one becomes envious or one becomes greedy. Those who want to have more, they will become greedy. Those who cannot tolerate others having something more, they become envious.
We should not be affected by if the things are lost.
Huh?
The things are lost.
Huh.
We should not be affected with that.
No, we will be affected externally, but within the core of the heart, we should think that okay, it is not destined to be with me. Something like that. That doesn't mean that you should remain indifferent to it. You should make an endeavor to retrieve it back. So something like that. वृषया नष्टां त्रीन् पादान् तपः शौचं दयम् इति प्रतिसन्दद आश्वस्य महिं च समवर्धयेत्.
Thereafter, the king re-established the lost legs of the personality of religion, the bull, and by encouraging activities, he sufficiently improved the condition of the earth.
The king restored the three destroyed legs of the bull, such as austerity, cleanliness, mercy. Comforting the earth, he made her prosperous. Punishing Kali, he restored the legs of the bull, austerity and other qualities, then flourished again. So basically, when Pariksith Maharaj saw, only 1/4 of each leg was there, or one of the 4 legs was there. But now all the 4 legs became full. That means when Pariksith Maharaj was ruling, the entire atmosphere was like that of Satyuga. If 4 legs are there, Satyuga. If only 1 leg is there, Kalyuga. While he is ruling for 25 years, it was again like Satyuga. Everything was very prosperous and very nice. Saesha hetarsi adyasta आशनं प्रातिवोचितं पितामहेनोपन्यष्टं राज्ञारण्यं विवीक्षता आस्तेऽधुना स राजर्षि कौरवेन्द्राश्रियोल्लसं गजाव्या महाभागश्चक्रवर्ती बृहश्रवा.
The most fortunate emperor Maharaj Pariksith, who was entrusted with the kingdom of Hastinapur by Maharaj Yudhishthira, when he desired to retire to the forest, he is now ruling the world with great success due to his being glorified by the deeds of the king of the.
So what is the effect of restoration of the 4 legs of Dharma? One example is shown in this next couple of verses. Sutta Goswami is saying to sages of Naimisharanya, he is presently sitting on the throne given by his grandfather King Yudhishthira, who desired to go to the forest. This sage among kings, who is greatly fortunate, famous, ruling the world, shining with the wealth of a Kuru king, he is now residing in Hastinapura. Actually, this discussion is happening after the departure of Parikshit Maharaj. Sutta Goswami just heard Bhagavatam from Parikshit Maharaj, who was speaking Bhagavatam to, heard from Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami, was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. After witnessing that entire scene of perfection of Parikshit Maharaj, Sutta Goswami came to Naimisharanya speaking Bhagavatam immediately. And it's something like we say, na, past participle. What happened recently is as if happening now. Something like that. He's saying that because of influence, all of you can perform the sacrifice here. Because Parikshit Maharaj was ruling for the last 25 years, the entire atmosphere is very conductive for all of you to perform yajna. If Parikshit Maharaj was not there around, Kali would have become so fierce. All of you could not even continue the performance of Christ. Because the effect of ignorance is destruction of race culture. Yajna is adharma. That's what Ravana did. That's what Hiranyakashipu did. When they came to power, they said, please go and destroy wherever Brahmanas are there, wherever Vedas are studied, wherever yajnas is performed, wherever cows are there, destroy all of them. They don't allow Vedic culture to flourish. All of you are able to perform yajna means it is all because Parikshit Maharaj is seated on the throne. It is by his presence all of you are able to do all these things. Understand the effect of dharma or a dharmic king. So, in that way. Ittam bhutanuභavoyam abhimanyu suto nrupa yasya palayata kshaunim yoyam shatraya dikshita. This king, the son of Abhimanyu, who by protecting the earth has allowed you to be consecrated for performing sacrifice, had such authority. It is because Parikshit Maharaj there on the throne, all of you could perform this 1000 years sacrifice. Otherwise, if it is not for Parikshit Maharaj, Kali would have been influenced the ruler also. And the king would only come and destroy your sacrifice. Kindly understand the greatness of Parikshit Maharaj. So like that, Sudha Goswami concluded this chapter, and then other things will be mentioned in the next chapter. All of you need to forgive me. I'm extremely sorry. I wanted to complete this chapter. We went ahead. It is already 1:30. We'll stop here.